Steve! Tow and only Superstock 600s are on the grid ready to race, and number 34 here, John Dean, is ready to go. And with no Seb Bulper now because he's already the champion. It's really all to play for here. Jonathan Lodge is also on the grid. Mark Hughes here has had a fabulous weekend. It really is a talent for a future. Good luck to Mark. And we've also got Dean Brown, regular from our first season in ThundersportGB. Look out for Lodgy though. It should be a great race, Robin.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Very, very quick riders out there indeed. You said holds that flag, says watch the lights, and then backs off towards the safety of the grass. Jonathan Lodge, John Dean, Errol Armitt, Mark Hughes, along with Dean Brown, Nick Anderson, Alex Berkshire, Niall Campbell. There's all sorts out there, but into Reggae for the first time. Mark Hughes, wonderful start there from the rider in the number 8 Yamaha.
Yeah, they all make it round cleanly, which is a surprise, but considering they're Superstock 600s, and it is Mark Hughes that leads, the 2010 runner-up. He's ahead there, is that Nick Anderson just behind him?
Great start,
so good start, yeah. There's Lodgy, number 2, going through. Jonathan Lodge, who, if you recall back to Anglesey in the wet, was thrilling. He won every race by a country mile, but here we are, it's Mark Hughes who's doing the business.
After that lovely start, Nick Anderson under all sorts of pressure, coming up through McLean's, but still holds the place as they come around Coppice for the first time. Now then, they fan out, the big charge is on. You can see Jonathan Lodge already settling down into his lines. They come around the Goddards. Is he going to try? Well, he just stays in third. Nick Anderson there in second ahead of him.
There's Greg James going through. He's one of our ex-super teams, having a good year. First season in his Superstock 600s, but a good lead there for Mark Hughes. Jonathan Lodge now in second, Anderson in third. That's Alex Berkshire fourth, ahead of Errol Armitt, and that's Sean Brown just behind him.
Yes, Errol Armitt, who's had, well, up and down years.
Oh, and Mark's off! Mark's off, and that's a big crash. Look at the bike. Oh my goodness, that is an absolute wreck. Oh dear, oh dear, as they go into Craner Curves. It's always fast there. Let's have a look at this. Just tips in, loses the front, and as soon as it picks and hits the grass, here comes the cartwheel. Good to see Mark getting up and okay, but his bike on the other hand, that bike's in intensive care by the looks of things.
That has just X'd itself. Good night, Vienna. Go out and get a scooter. That was a great shame for Mark Hughes, but there we are, leading brilliantly, and it all turns to dust. Now it's John Lodge back to the front. Alex Berkshire putting pressure on everyone there, but particularly Nick Anderson. And at the moment, well, Anderson, can he hold them off? There we see Berkshire. Well, no, he tucks it up the inside. Sean Brown looks to...
Oh, and John Dean there, John Dean. Well, that was an awkward place to try and go up the inside. I think he knows that was... Probably. Let's have a look here. Yeah, he realises last minute that he's not going to get through. He's trying to sit the bike up, but the front wheel locks with Nick Anderson's rear wheel, and he's down on the dirt. This is turning into a bit of a sort of destruction derby almost, as Jonathan Lodge comes through, still the leader, number 2.
I'll tell you what, Nick Anderson, the young rider, did brilliantly there to stay on board. He will have known absolutely nothing about that until he was stumped up the rear end. But there he is, look at it, still in the mix there, I think tucked in there. In 4th place at the moment.
There's Jodie Chalk going through, number 7, one of the female riders coming up from the 16s this year. There's Dean Brown, number 36. He moves up and past Alex Berkshire into 2nd place overall.
So still John Lodge out the front of this. And Dean Brown and Alex Berkshire at the moment. Then the battle behind. You can see Nick Anderson now in 5th place as these two. Look at this, Berkshire up the inside.
Oh, and a nearly repeat accident from the first. That's just a classic example. Dean Brown is taking what should be the fastest line through the corner, but of course what it means is you cannot see if anyone's going up the inside of you, and we nearly had a repeat accident there. They come through Craners, luckily all upright. Dean Brown still in 2nd, ahead of Alex Berkshire. A little bit further back there, Greg James doing wonderful stuff ahead of Errol Armitt, who's guaranteed 3rd in the championship.
Yes, I'm glad to see that Errol's getting some rewards. As we were mentioning earlier, he's had a bit of a mishmash of a season, some excellent performances, and then he's had some really big accidents, some of which really simply not his own fault. But there we are.
No, it's a shame. It's his last race as well. He's going to be hanging up his leathers for a season at least, we hear. I'm sure we'll see him back again soon. Should just mention Seb Bolton, of course, the champion of 2010, sitting this one out, concentrating on the Formula 600s he was, so he's having some fun watching this weekend.
Look at this lot.
Yeah, that was Matthew Shelcock going through there.
Robert Wilson, number 15, little five-way battle there, a little further back, but up the front. Jonathan Lodge, well, fastest lap, and then another fastest lap, and then another, just reeling him off at the front, dragging himself away to safety. He is in a world of his own at the front of this. All the squabbling is going on way behind him at the moment. Very comfortable stuff ever since Mark Hughes parted company in proceedings.
Yeah, it's been good to see a scrap between these two, because I think they're pretty similar in pace. Of course, Jonathan Lodge, brother of James Lodge, who is the British 125 GP champion. They'll be both on Superstock 600 bikes for next season, and they're currently looking for sponsorship. I know there's Tom Whedon and Marcus Tatchell going through a little bit further back, and then there's the race leader John Lodge, number 2, who should be coming round to see the checkered flag pretty soon.
Yeah, in these latter stages, getting in amongst the back markers, but there's the last lap flag, and Lodge, well, you can see, still got a bit of work to do.
Yeah, he just goes past Rory Parker, or he's coming up on Rory Parker as he exits Redgate and into Hollywood. He's just getting held up a little bit there, but it shouldn't be a problem. He's got a good 5 or 6 seconds. There's Nick Anderson, number 47, and that's number 44, Carl Morris.
Yeah, Nick, having been received a right-off tump a few laps ago, as I say, still on board.
And a rider just off at the top there. A rider just falls, and I think that was Rory Parker as Lodge comes round here for the final time. He just makes his way past Andrew Dudgeon and Tom Whedon and Marcus Tatchell to take the checkered flag.
Yep, win there, superbly done, and the fastest lap for Jonathan Lodge. But, it's been a good old battle behind. Finally goes the way of Alex Berkshire. He gets up on the Yamaha to finish second ahead of the Kawasaki of Dean Brown. Sean Brown was 4th, Nick Anderson eventually 5th, and Adam Robinson 6th on the Triumph. There we see, very happy Jonathan Lodge, Alex Berkshire and Dean Brown on the podium. And the final standing, Seb Bolton confirming that he is the 2010 champion ahead of Mark Hughes and Errol Ahmed.